Good Tuesday afternoon, and thank you for joining us for Local 5 News at 4 o'clock. I'm Caitlin Corbett, live from our Fox Valley newsroom. A Green Bay police officer finds himself on the other side of the law. The Brown County District Attorney's Office issued a misconduct charge against Officer Matthew Knutson. He is a 13-year veteran of the force. Local 5's Michelle McCormack is live now in Green Bay with what the chief had to say as he released some video of the traffic stop. Michelle.
Good afternoon, Caitlin. Chief Chris Davis said they're letting the public know as much as the department possibly can, even though this is still under investigation. The hope is building community trust by being transparent. This is sensitive content, and I know this is in the early afternoon, so please keep this in mind as we look at the video. Officer Matthew Knutson tried to pull over 47-year-old Robert Sanchez returning from Bader Street into Manitowoc Road, nearly causing a crash. The squad camera video shows the driver speeding away from the officer in the Imperial Pride neighborhood. You see it stopped in a driveway. The driver keeps going. Officer Knutson continued to drive after the suspect. Here's another officer picking up the trail. She deployed her taser right there. The driver kept going. Here now is the point of contact when Officer Knutson saw the suspect in the headlights of his squad car.
Get on the ground. Put your arms behind your back. Put your arms behind your back.
The man said he was scared, and that's why he ran. A voice can be heard saying, "Catch your breath, you're not injured." Court records appear to show the man was never prosecuted for the stop. Per city policy, Officer Knutson is on paid leave. Everything that happened that night will be under scrutiny, but the chief said the officer's work history only comes into play when there's a conclusion and the need for corrective action.
You can have an employee with a significant discipline history who we find out in an investigation on a new allegation didn't do anything wrong, and sometimes you can have an employee who has a spotless record who you find out did do something wrong in that case. And so the investigation cannot ever take into account or be prejudiced or biased in any way by the officer's history.
We here at Local 5 News have interviewed Officer Knutson in the past, most often on traffic safety, especially when it comes to protecting children getting to school.
People are in a hurry to get where they got to go if they're running late for work or whatever. They got to drop their own children off, and they're not so focused on what's going around them.
Now it's the officer and his actions who are the focus both of a DA investigation and one by his own department, which is actually being conducted by the sheriff's office. The police chief says he's still looking into the year-long lag time in the case between the time the DA actually notified the department about the investigation. The chief offered no timetable for when the department's review will be done. He said the driver never filed an official complaint with police. The chief would also not comment on if there were any injuries. Caitlin, back to you.
And Michelle, what are the potential penalties for the criminal charges that this officer faces?
Well, we're speaking in general terms here, not specific to this case, Caitlin. A misconduct conviction can mean 3 to 6 months behind bars, a fine maybe up to $10,000. Mitigating and aggravating circumstances of the officer's record will be a factor if there is a conviction. So I don't want to get ahead of ourselves because the district attorney is not providing the criminal complaint or offering any comment at this time to Local 5 News. For now, we're live in Green Bay. I'm Michelle McCormack. Caitlin.